This is 7 News Today in New England.
That is going to be the sound of your Sunday, the morning after Blizzard 2022 that brought 2 feet of snow in some spots. Digging out is our fun day activity. Many people getting a jump start on the shoveling before the snow even stopped falling yesterday. Seemed like a smart idea.
Yes, very smart to get that work going. Wind and waves sending rocks from the ocean onto the roadways. A different kind of cleanup needed along the immediate coast. Good Sunday morning to you. Thank you for joining us after a very busy Saturday, of course. I'm Emily Pritchard.
I'm Juliana Mazza. The snow has stopped, but the impact is far from over this morning. Power problems still continuing on your Sunday. This is Marshfield overnight. Neighborhoods left completely in the dark. And right now, more than 60,000 homes and businesses are starting the day without power, mostly along the Cape.
And if you do need to commute, it is looking much better out on the roads this morning. Plows, you can see those flashing lights out in full force overnight. And a live look at the roads this morning, and wow, what a sunrise. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see, all that snow on the Charles. The roadway is looking clear at the moment. As you can see, a few cars making their way through. We do have Team 7 coverage this morning. Let's begin with meteorologist Jackie Layer. Jackie, what a snowfall.
Yes, impressive totals at that, especially when we're talking about 1 day or even over 2 day totals. We did see at least a half of an inch of snowfall fall before midnight 2 days ago, and then now we added some of that snow yesterday. We're over 30 inches of snow, though, in Stoughton. That seems to be the jackpot area from yesterday's system. About 2 feet of snow out towards Foxborough, Easton, right around 22 inches there. 28 for Bridgewater, 26 for Rockland. As we pan off towards the north, Boston officially at Boston Logan Airport registered 23.8 inches of snow. And as we head out towards Lexington, about 18 inches there, 15 in Stoneham. Chelsea, 25 inches of snowfall. Back out towards the west, out into central Mass, Northborough about 10 inches, 14 inches in Worcester, so a little bit more than a foot of snow in Worcester. A few more snow reports to talk about. Winchester about 19, Grafton 17, Westboro also 17 inches of snow. Not only that, we saw the wind whipping yesterday, some of those gusts in excess of 80 miles per hour. Wellfleet, West Dennis, Rockport 76, Scituate 72 mile per hour gust. What an impressive system. Now that system has since pushed its way well out, and now we're under some mainly sun-filled skies, but it is a cold start to our Sunday morning. You'll certainly want to make sure to bundle up. We do have a wind chill advisory out into central-most parts of the viewing area. We're talking Worcester County. That's until 10 a.m. We're talking wind chills, feeling like it's at least 10, even 20 degrees below zero at times. So that's certainly something to make sure that you are bundled up because it is dangerously cold out there. Just a wider look at satellite radar shows us so a few snow showers back out towards our west. Back here locally, though, we should be dry today, tomorrow, and even through at least the first half of that next work week. A slight warm up as we look ahead towards Thursday, and then eventually we see those temperatures do take a tumble by the end of the week. But I'll have more details on that coming up.
And there were some serious coastal concerns even late last night in places like Plymouth with the evening high tide you're seeing here. That was around 9 o'clock last night. The waves, the wind, the snow causing problems all over town on Saturday.
Roads in Marshfield flooded when waves sent walls of water into the air and then rushing, you can see, right down into that roadway. It was wild all along the South Shore.
And if you live near the water, you probably saw it all in Scituate. Slushy, icy water turning roads into rivers and yards into ponds here. 7's Michael Yoshida live there this morning. And in this video we have, I mean, it looks like the power lines are swaying. Things at least maybe not as windy today, Michael.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, what a difference 24 hours makes. Gone are the 60 and 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Obviously no longer whiteout conditions. And this morning you can see we still have a little bit of choppy waves out there as the cleanup is just getting started. Homes and trucks turned into icicles. Scituate looking like a frozen winter wonderland after Saturday's nasty nor'easter pummeled the town. Waves crashing and roads turned into icy rivers.
This is probably one of the worst I've been involved in.
Trouble spots near the coast seeing moderate flooding during the morning high tide. These rocks littering the street after being tossed up over the seawall. Throughout the day, whiteout conditions a constant across town. The whipping winds also leaving their mark. Roof shingles ripped right off. And this boat cover left in tatters as flakes were sent flying.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, what's it like?
Tough to see. It's real. Visibility's real poor.
Wind's kicking.
Many people choosing just to hunker down. At one point during the day, around 15% of the town was without power. Generators humming across town as people did their best to clear the snow.
They're gusts, so it's easy shoveling for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it comes right back and hits you in the face.
Here you see first responders standing by, but we're told these military-type vehicles weren't needed for any major rescues. Plows and dozens of other pieces of equipment were kept busy, though, doing their best to clean up in tough conditions.
It's going to be a lot of work over the next probably 24 hours.
And it was a busy night for those work crews. If you look here along Rebecca Road, you can see plows have been going on throughout the night. The street looking all right at this point, but of course we're dealing with these brutal cold conditions. So you can see a lot of it's starting to freeze up. So I've been walking around. I can tell you a lot of people are now starting to get out into their driveway, starting that big task of trying to clear the driveway and get out to the street. We're live in Scituate this morning. Mike Yoshida, 7 News, Today in New England.
And on the Cape and Sandwich, there are still quite a few people without power. Whipping winds taking down these power lines at the height of the storm yesterday. And people really all over, including Boston, are going to be digging out their cars today. Wind causing the snow to pile up around them even more overnight.
That's true. It's definitely not going to be the most relaxing way to end the weekend. 7's Kim Lucy is live in Boston this morning with more on that cleanup. Good morning, Kim.
And quite a cleanup it will be. Of course, the snow stopped late last night. It was really cold, still is really cold, and it is piled up here in Boston. This is what you're going to be waking up to. The road crews have been working, but now you got to dig out your car. We're in Southie. Look at what these guys are having to deal with here today. And unfortunately, underneath all those mounds of snow, there are indeed cars there. So it's going to be a long day of cleanup.
A blizzard confirmed in Boston. Hours of unrelenting snow and winds meeting the mark and piling up fast.
It's kind of hard to tell where the path ends and the road begins.
Some folks taking advantage of the snow day, trading their boots for skis. The streets of Beacon Hill turning into a ski slope. Others slicing through the snow on cross-country skis, traveling where the roads are buried underneath. Plows and machines hitting the roads and sidewalks through the storm to try to keep them clear, but the wind-driven snow made things tough.
Just try to keep the handicap places clear and stuff, but it's a never-ending battle, so just do the best we can, I guess.
Crews say the two big challenges of this one, the big snow total plus the rapid rate of snowfall. At least 2 inches an hour for much of the day meant crews were working hard to keep up.
Well, it's been a doozy of a storm.
Boston's chief of streets telling me over the phone they had 940 pieces of equipment out working during the storm, the most they've ever recorded.
We kept the roads open for the essential kinds of travel that they need to be open for. It's going to take a while to clean up from this, though, and so we're asking folks to stay off the roads and give us some time to widen them and continue clearing. There's still a lot of work left to do.
Some who could make it into work helping the drivers out. Legal Seafood Harborside offering a free cup of chowder to the crews.
We wanted to thank the plow drivers and the public service employees that are coming out there, taking care of the areas, taking care of the roads.
People in the city from out of state say it's clear Boston knows how to handle a storm.
My last experience with snow was the winter storm in Texas, but obviously Massachusetts handles it much better, but it's a lot of snow and wind, I won't lie.
Like if there's half an inch of snow in Virginia, it just closes down for like a week.
And now for the time-honored tradition of the Space Saver in Boston. One of my favorite parts is seeing what people put out for their Space Savers. Got a piece of furniture you're not using anymore, perhaps a log? Go for it. Can see some folks getting an early start to the cleanup right now. And you do have 3 hours from when the sun rises to clean off your sidewalk in front of your house. Make sure the sidewalk is clear for folks passing by. As for the Space Savers, you have 48 hours to use that after the snow stops. So make sure you claim that space right away. We're live in Boston this morning. Kim Lucy, 7 News Today in New England.